Hey, family and friends. This is Audrey here. Obviously, you know that. Talking to you from Barcelona, Spain. This is actually just a really random video. Sitting here in the office and nobody's around, and just thanking God for someone in particular who's been coming to ICB for a while, and just for her testimony and how she's been growing. She comes to my community group in Awaken, and I just wanted to share with you guys just a little bit, like a personal story about what God is doing here through her. She is a girl, her first day. She's a Spaniard. She's from here. She lives and has grown up an hour away from here. Her name is Emma. And her very first day here was last fall, whenever she started school in Barcelona. So she's fresh. She's 18 years old. Just started college here in Barcelona. And her very first day, she actually walked up to our 6 p.m. service at the end of the day on Sunday, and was about to, so freaked out because she was a new Christian, and her whole family has really chastised her and honestly kind of rejected her and belittled her for becoming a Christian. And her very first day in Barcelona, not first day in Barcelona, but first day at ICB, she came up to the door, and I was the first person she saw. And she was really freaked out about coming. She's never really been involved in a church before and just didn't know what to expect. And she was actually about to turn around and walk away. And I look up and I see her, and I'm like, "Hey, are you coming to ICB?" And I was at the doors and greeting, and just got to connect with her. And this past semester, she's been in my community group, and we're every Tuesday, I have a group of girls come over to my apartment, and we have snacks and hang out and pray for each other, but then also just walk through and dig deeper into the sermon series, whatever it may be at that time. And so she's been with the group for this whole past semester, coming religiously every week and really engaging in the topic and the conversation. She even volunteers now and translates our community group guides and questions, and so she's already prepared and ready to talk about the questions that we have. And recently, this whole semester she's been growing and just pursuing God relentlessly and studying scripture and praying, and she has walked in faith so well. Every week she comes in with a new story because she's studying law, and a new story about how she's kind of slowly opening the eyes of the students around her. She's had many comments with the students whenever she tells them that she's a Christian or they find out. They look at her dumbfounded and say, but you're smart. You're smart. Why are you a Christian? And that's kind of the mindset here, is if you're smart and you know anything and you study, you're not going to be a person of faith at all. And so she's just been growing, and it's incredible to see even how whenever she studies scripture or she has a devotional she reads, she talks about how she'll go, wow, this is cool, God, but I don't really know how this applies to anything, or when am I ever going to really need to know this about certain topics in the Bible. And she is followed up so many times. God, as he does, teaches her, and somebody asks her that very day, or something in the class comes up about, well, what about, and brings up some controversial topic, and don't Christians believe this? And she's always has the answer from a biblical perspective of just where God stands with that, and what God says in the Bible. And so it's just been so cool and incredible to see her walking in faith, even though she's kind of timid and fearful. She is pursuing him relentlessly and growing. And this past week we watched a documentary at Awaken called Father of Lights, which is just all about the persecution going on in the world, as well as what God is doing in the church around the world, and how he's healing people and bringing the gospel to remote places. And it's a really powerful documentary. And she said in the middle of the documentary, when they were talking about, some persecuted Christians were just talking about what they were going through, and how they still loved God and were pursuing him through it, she felt very strongly, beyond anything she said she's ever felt before. She has no words, which she even said is hard for her to have no words. But she had no words, and was just so touched and felt like, wow, God, this is what I'm supposed to do. I am supposed to be a lawyer to help, because she didn't even want to be a lawyer, but God God directed her in that way. And she came up to me and was talking afterward and tearing up just about, I never experienced and heard God the way I did tonight. I know I'm supposed to be a lawyer to protect those who are helpless and to protect the persecuted. And it just really touched me. And I was thinking about it while sitting here in the office. And I just wanted to share with you just a beautiful story, a beautiful girl who, who God just loves. And He's speaking to her, and He's pouring out His presence on her and loving her, and just seeing her for the first time, because she's been a Christian for not a very long time, get to follow Him in faith and step out in faith and just pursue Him with a childlike heart has just been such a beautiful thing to watch. And anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys. I know even with newsletters and you seeing cool, collage videos from missionaries and ministries from around the world, I wanted to share with you guys just a personal story of somebody who's real, somebody who's here right now, a Spaniard who has known Him and has barely known Him, but is pursuing Him and is just reaching so many people around her. The other week, she even brought 2 of her friends who said they did not like church and would not come, and she brought them, and they came on a Sunday night. And because I did announcements that week, she came running up to me saying, "Hey, can you come meet my friends? You're cool. You're on the stage. They heard you're from Texas. Can you come meet them?" It's just so incredible to see how passionate she is about serving God and knowing Him more. Not just knowing about Him, not just studying Scripture to know more head knowledge, because she's very smart, but to truly know Him and who He is. It's just a beautiful thing. So just wanted to give you guys a little testimony from here, and know that I'm praying for all of you guys and hope you're doing well. And hey, FaceTime me or call me. If you want to FaceTime, I'd love to talk to you more. Just see how you guys are doing and how life in the States or wherever you're from is going. Love you guys.